But let me just give you a brief idea what is the offer in this course here. Now, we're going to study about the behavior of price and the prices. So sometimes the price will behave such a manner that just one period of price is send out a lot of information. But sometimes it could be a few period of price, a cluster of price that you have to study into it to gather a sense that what is the market speaking to me? Has the market reached the bottom or has it not reached the bottom? Has the market reached the top or has it not reached the top yet? So we're going to study a price, one price, or a cluster of price. It really depends on the market, but it's not difficult. Many of them been through it. They like the program. Or we're also going to study into the volume. Now, volume is important because volume represents the actual transaction of the market. We have to study into the volume as well. Why in the 1997, 1998, and 2000, it was significant. It was because there was volume participation as well. So not just the price, volume is essential for us to determine the entry for every investor. So we're not just going to study one volume. If it speaks to us, we got to study into the cluster of volume as well. Then after that, we're going to go into a quantifying assessment, whether it is a time for us to make an entry or not. And we're also going to learn about how to manage market whipsaw. Now, what if you have entered the market and market whipsaw? We're going to learn how to manage the whipsaw. And for those growth investor who is into stage 8 and 9, you know where's the risk. We are also going to discuss about how to apply stop loss effectively as well. Now, where's the support is this? Now, in the past, I hold it in a class in Singapore, but this is the first time I've converted to an online program. Now, so after the class, we're going to have a continuous support. I'm going to give through Telegram. I just convert all the WhatsApp to Telegram. So the whole group of a few hundred participants is into the Telegram right now. Then I'm going to give you a weekly current case study update. That means every Monday or Tuesday, look out for the current case study. That means there is an opportunity for a turning point, either in the markets or in an individual stock itself. So now all these are not my recommendation, is based on studies. So I'm going to do that. And of course, I'm still doing in the midst because this program has been around for the last 7 years. And over the last 5 years, I've been doing this weekly case study. And I'm going to upload all this past case study into this program as well. So if you have time, you can also study into the past case study and see how successfully all this major turnaround that you can spot it as well. Now, so the weekly Telegram case study support is this. I posted this last year on December 29. Okay, there was a last trading day, second last trading day of the year. I can't remember, but I spotted an opportunity for Alibaba. Now, this Alibaba, if you could see that, is a very nice hammer. Doesn't matter if you do not understand what's hammer, but we're going to study beyond hammer. We're going to study the hammer that has high improbability. Now, what did I say back then? So I sent out to the whole group. This will be every Monday or Tuesday. Why Monday or Tuesday? Because at least once a week, I'm going to give you a case study. That means you will learn how to apply what you have learned. It's not just theory, but it's practical as well every week. Now, so what did I say back then? I said case study shown last Friday, closing for Alibaba looks interesting. A higher weighting hammer has been identified. Long-term outlook will be challenging for Alibaba because of its possible fundamental shift in its business model. However, studies shown that it may have some short-term rebound in the coming days to weeks. Okay, so that's what I mentioned earlier. So we're going to have this every week after the program. After you sign up the program, you can access to the program again and again, and you can also chat with me. You can send me your studies as well, and the whole group, we can study it together. So this is the support that you can access to. Now, the other one is that I want to continue to engage you for another month. Of course, after that, you can continue to access to this program again and again. Now, after this, and after this coming Monday, Telegram, and every week, then 1 week later, you're going to get into the strategy part. I'm not going to give it to you straight away because I want you to digest all this fundamental first. With the coming weekly Telegram case study, take your time. I want to take your time to appreciate these studies. Then after that, I'm going to show you how to time the market with precision investing. as an income stock investor, with precision investing as a value stock investor, with precision investing as a growth stock investor, and with precision as a trader, trading in the market. So now what you learn, what you realize, whatever you learn is applicable to all this profile. And I will release it week by week. I just want you to take your time to appreciate. Understand all these, learn one part, then go through another week, then release the second part to you. And I just want to give you a sense of economics of behavioral science course, how much it's going to cost. And this is from University of London. For behavioral economics, they're charging about 12,000 Sing dollars, about 6,000 pounds, about 12,000 Sing. It's 5 days, but this is one whole month. And continuously, I'm going to flood you with every week. I'm not going to flood you every day. Flood you every week with case study. You were able to see how to apply it. And I hope that over time, you'll gain certain mastery and understand this topic, how to use technical and behavioral analysis together. I just want to share one testimony because I want to spend the remaining time, a more fruitful time, to go into the practical side of the market as well. And now this is a very interesting class that I have. About 2 years back, you have to know something about between Hong Kong and Singapore. Now, I always, whenever I met friends from US, they are hedge fund managers, they are boss, or when I'm meeting with them, I'll ask them that, can you consider to set up a hedge fund or your fund here in Singapore? But they always choose Hong Kong for whatever reason. I know the reason, but I do not think I want to discuss with you today. So now going there to share about this topic is quite an honor, even today. Now, so before I went there, before the class started, the principal, this lady, she's the executive director, she's the principal. She kind of warned me about the class participant. He said that if the participants are too vocal, they're too aggressive, they keep on asking questions, please have grace on them. And I just prepare my best to share whatever I know how about behavioral finance, about behavioral analysis and technical analysis. And for 2 nights after that, we have great exchanges. And they like what I've delivered to them, but it's something that they've never come across, they've never learned in school. So at the end of it, 1 week later, Ruth, she wrote me an email. He said that the participant, now these are all the professional, the fund managers and prop trader. They say that the participant rate very highly about this program, and their satisfactory level, it was 4.88 upon 5. So she told me that it was the highest, and I believe it's still the highest rating program for HKSI so far, 4.88 upon 5. So just one testimony. If you want to read more testimony, which I think is not fair for me to flood all the testimony to you, what you could do is that I'm going to send the link. You can read it if you have the time, but please don't read it now because we're going to move on to the next segment.